Hello there guys, and welcome back to the Forza Horizon 5 video on my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be taking you through the autumn/storm season of Series 9 in Horizon 5, the Hot Wheels themed series. We're in the second week now, which is autumn. I'm going to be taking you through all the challenges in this week's festival playlist, the Forzathon events, we've got the seasonal events, and also the challenges and monthly events all the way over the end here. I'm going to be taking you through every single challenge in this festival playlist so you can get as many of the points available as you can. There are 53 points available again this week, and the seasonal rewards are as follows. So we've got for 20 points the brand new and exclusive Plymouth Barracuda. This is like a muscle kind of car thing, not really sure. I presume it's rear wheel drive, it might be front wheel drive for whatever reason, but it's some kind of muscle car that's got some kind of importance, and that's why they brought it to Horizon 5. I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be one of my favourites, I don't think, but might be able to make it into a drag car or drift car, so we'll see what we can do with that one. So that is for 20 points. That's going to take you at best around the 20 to 30 minutes. It's not going to take you much longer than 30 minutes. And then for 40 points we've got the hard to find and also exclusive Neo EP9. So this is the all electric Chinese hypercar kind of thing that was featured, I think, in Series 4, if I remember rightly, when we had the World Cup. That's when it was brought in. So this is now returning for the second time. It can only be won in Festival Playlist, Forzathon Shop, and the auction house. So it's not able to be purchased in the auto show, and it's going to be quite rare in the auction house. So for 40 points, around I would say 45 minutes to an hour of your time, that is going to be really easy to obtain. And by following this video and this guide, using the tunes and using the general tips, you should have absolutely no issues getting that. I would also like to give a shout out to this week's Car Pass car. So it is the 41st car in the Car Pass, so we've only got one more left next week, which is the 370Z Nismo from 2019. So the Car Pass car for this week, able to be obtained from a festival site or a player house by those who own the Car Pass DLC, is the 2020 Lexus RCF Track Edition. So this is a really cool car, and I can't wait to give it a go. Maybe put an A-class or an S1 class tune on it. So without any further ado, let's get into today's video. We'll be starting off with the Forzathon events, which can get you some Forzathon points to spend in this week's Forzathon shop. Okay then, so starting off with this week's weekly #Forzathon Challenge, Mud Stud. This will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist and also 160 Forzathon points. However, if you do not own a La Casa Soligera house, you'll only get 80 Forzathon points, which is still quite a lot, so I won't be too disheartened. This house, however, does come free with VIP, so if you buy the VIP pass, then you'll get that house for free. Otherwise, I think it's a couple of million credits. So if you've been saving up, you probably have enough credits to buy that house anyway. So the first chapter is called Nostalgia and requires you to own and drive the 2021 Ford Bronco. So this can be purchased in the auto show for 55,000 credits. However, you will have got one at the start of the game when you had to pick between the three cars. Even if you didn't pick the Bronco like I did, you will have got the other cars added to your garage. So there was the C8 Corvette, the Supra and the Bronco. All three of them will have been added to your garage with a for the Bronco with a custom B-class tune from the developers. So you will already have this car. However, if you've sold it or you've deleted it from your garage, 55,000 credits in the auto show. I managed to get one for 31,000 in the auction house because I didn't want to remove the B-class tune, so I bought another one. I've put an A-class tune on it with the racing 7.2 litre V8. It's got 1070 horsepower, I think. However, it's also got off-road tyres, I think, off-road race tyres, I think I put on it. It's got plenty of grip, plenty of speed, so it's actually a really cool tune. If you want to download it, my gamertag is Shylo 2017. You can see it in the top left of your screen there, and you'll be able to download that tune. It should be called #Forzathon or something like that anyway. So you don't have to pop a tune on it, you can leave it stock if you want, but I would recommend putting a tune on it. It makes it a lot more fun and quick to do. So once you've got in your Bronco, you can move on to chapter 2, which is called Built Wild. This requires you to win the Baja California Trail in your 2021 Ford Bronco. So it's not just any dirt race, it has to be specifically the Baja California Trail. Luckily, this is a sprint race, so it's only a couple of minutes long. You're not going to be going around the same circuit 3 or 4 times. I haven't got my map filtered, but if you come to this exact location where I am on the map, so for reference, here is the main festival. You come up this road around the bottom of the volcano, and just at this kind of split junction you will see Baja California Trail, and just below the Lago Blanco sign. You need to go here and you need to enter this race. As you can see, here it is, and you need to win it. However, the difficulty doesn't matter, so if you want to make your life easy, you can lower the difficulty to tourist or whatever difficulty you want to make it a bit easier for the AI. Not going to be challenges much, because obviously you do have to win it. However, if you are going to do that, just make sure that you reset the difficulty to highly skilled or above for the championships. I'll remind you of that later if you're following this bit by bit through on this video. So once you've gone and won the Baja California Trail, I'll go and do it in a minute. Then you'll be able to move on to chapter 3, which is called GOAT or GOAT, the greatest of all time is essentially what that means. So this wants you to win any cross-country event, so circuit or sprint, whatever you want to do, it's completely up to you. So filter to cross-country events on your map here, and then you'll be able to pick any that you want. It says quite a lot of the ones on my map and you. I've done most of them, but for some reason when you do them in seasonals it doesn't mark them as completed, so these are only the ones that I've done in free roll. So pretty much any one, circuit or sprint, and you just need to win one of them, and that is all you need to do for that one. And then once you have done that, you'll be able to move on to the final chapter, which is called Conqueror, and this wants you to earn 3 stars on any Trailblazer. So it's not a total of 3 stars this time, you do actually have to get 3 stars in one run. It might take you a couple of runs, but if you pick an easy Trailblazer where your Bronco is going to do well, and this is where the tune helps out, then you'll be able to get that pretty easily. I find this one to be quite easy. Or you've got the Granyas Trailblazer. If I zoom in a bit you can see the finish line. I usually go to them because some of the others are a bit more difficult, like when they're on hills or through the city, but it's completely up to you. Just pick any Trailblazer of your choice and try and get 3 stars on it. For that one I've just accidentally filtered drift zones. So once you've done all of them 4 challenges, you'll have completed this week's weekly Forzathon challenge, Mud Stud, and you'll have yourself 5 points towards the festival playlist and 80 or 160 Forzathon points. Okay then, so for the daily hashtag Forzathon challenges, these pop up every day at 3:30 PM GMT, and each and every one of them lasts for 7 days each. So like I do, I usually wait a couple of days, wait for 3 or 4 of them to appear and then complete them all at once. That way you're not putting pressure on yourself to go on the game every day and do it. If you want to do that, then obviously feel free, but myself personally, I don't have the spare time to go on every day usually. So if you are God, I can't speak. Here we go again. If you are having any issues with them, like they won't work, you don't know what they mean or whatever, then just let me know in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to try and help out if you explain your issue. So first one, send a gift drop to another player. Pretty simple. Go in your pause menu, go over to My Horizon and select a card to gift. That is as simple as it is. So that is the daily Forzathon challenges, and the weekly and daily Forzathon challenges will contribute to the Forzathon shop. So this week, for 700 Forzathon points, we have the Ital Design Zeruno from 2018. You can see that they've made a bit of a mistake there in the typing, because not only have they put ID Zeruno when it already says Ital Design, they've also put -18 and then 2018, which essentially means they're the same thing. Well done Forza, and then they've missed the year off this one. Very well done. However, this is an exclusive, it can't be bought in the auto show, so I'd highly recommend that you do buy it like I did. I had 4,300 Forzathon points available, so it wasn't really much for me, but if you are a person that tends to buy things every week or doesn't have many Forzathon points, it might be quite a hefty price, but 700 Forzathon points for a car this rare is actually pretty good. You also have the Hot Wheels Guitar Stadium car horn. I actually quite like that one, so that's why I bought it. And then you've also got the Ferrari F50 for 300 Forzathon points. This is 2 million credits in the auto show, so if you want to spare yourself of 2 million, then feel free to spend 300 Forzathon points here. So that is all of the Forzathon events for this week's festival playlist. Okay then, so now we move on to this week's seasonal events. We've got the Trial, Event Lab, Playground Games, PR Stunts and Championships. So we're going to be starting with the Trial, oldies but goodies. This will get you 10 points towards the festival playlist and also a Lamborghini Countach. So for this you'll need a D-Class car from the 1970s. So anything from the 1970s that is D-Class, you're allowed to upgrade it to the top of D-Class, which is D-Class 500. I've got 2 cars for this one, so I'm going to head over to my garage and show you them now. But just before I do, I want to point out that this is against unbeatable driver tars, and you'll be working as a team of up to 6 people on your team versus 6 driver tars. So basically try to work as a team, try to help each other out by slowing the driver tars down, letting faster people past, etc, etc, and just try to help your team in general. So try not to ram them, that's the key thing. Try not to ram your teammates. By all means ram the AI, but be prepared for them to ram you off as well, and just don't ram your teammates because it's a team event. If somebody's going faster than you, let them pass, or if you're going faster than somebody and they don't want to let you pass, just wait behind, because there's not really much point in trying to force your way past if it's not really going to get you anywhere anyway. So let me head over to my garage now. I have them all. I have all of the cars I'm going to be using for this season favorited as usual to make my life a little bit easier and quicker. So the cars that I've got for you this week are the following. So the first one is the 1970 Datsun 510. I do actually have 2 tunes for this, I think. However, the one that I've got on at the moment is by far the better one. So 243 horsepower, less than 1,000 kilograms. It is all-wheel drive, but actually it's very, very fast. So you get the ideal launch. It does feel a bit rear-wheel drive because of the differential, but it is really, really cool. Got great. It's got great speed in a straight line thanks to the 243 horsepower and the sheer lightness of the car. It's also very cheap at 25,000 credits plus maybe another 25,000 credits for the upgrades. It's actually a really cheap option. And it should be okay. Try not to send it too much on circuits because the handling obviously isn't the best because it's 52 years old, but yeah, just bear that in mind. So the other one I've got for you is the following, just looking along. It's the 1974 Toyota Celica GT, which you can't see at the moment because it hasn't loaded in. So this one's got 360 horsepower. It weighs nearly 200 kilograms more, but it's still extremely light. 20,000 credits, so it's cheaper. However, the upgrades are probably going to cost you a bit more. This one is rear-wheel drive. It's also on stock tyres. Yeah, stock tyres. And them tyres are 185mm thick, which is about half the length of a ruler. So yeah, they're not very thick at all. So you do get wheel spin. However, thanks to the wide body like we've got on the Datsun, it's actually the same wide body because Forza's very creative. The wheel spin is reduced. However, you just got to make sure you don't send it too much through the corners. Launch isn't too bad, but you'll see what I mean if you want to have a bit of hell like I will be doing tomorrow on my stream. I'll come back to that later at the end of the video. So both of them tunes are shared under my Gamertag Shylo 2017. Okay then, so now we move on to the Event Lab, which is by Arc Raiders, and they present Arc Sky Park Hot Wheels Tribute. This will get you 3 points towards the festival playlist, and also a 2015 Chevrolet Corvette Z something or other, whatever the hell it is. So a fan tribute to Forza Horizon 3's expansion called Hot Wheels Stop Signs Means Slow Down. Obviously we've got the Hot Wheels expansion 2.0 coming to Horizon 5 on the 19th of July, so that's at the end of this series, 2 days before Series 10. And I will say I am looking forward to it because of the new cars. I'm just hoping that it is as good as it looks, you know, first impressions. But we'll go more into detail with that closer to the time. I am planning on live streaming it, however I won't be able to do it on the day it releases or the day after, so I'll probably live stream it on the Thursday or Friday or at the weekend. I'll have to sort that out closer to the time. However, it requires an S1 class track toy. I have heard it is a bit dodgy because it was made at the start of the game, and the guy that made it did say that it's a bit crap, like Nick's the other week. So, you know, be prepared. S1 class track toys that I have available for you then, again in my favourites because I'm very, very well prepared, are the following. So it's actually the same cars as last week, but a reduced list. No. So we've got the 2016 Dodge Viper ACR. This is a tune by Dobre. So his gamertag is Andrew #9565. If I remember, I'll leave that in the description for you. If you look down the description. So this has got, it's not very much horsepower, however it's a really, really grippy tune, rear wheel drive, and it's just a really nice tune to actually drive. It's not particularly competitive, I mean it is in the hands of Cole Pan, shout out. But it is a really, really cool tune. Then you've got the 2016 Ford Shelby GT350R. This is one of the first tunes I made in the game myself, but it's actually really, really good. I think it's got like a 9-speed or 10-speed gearbox, so the gears are very short when you launch. However, once you get going, it's really, really grippy. As you can see, the acceleration and the launch are both 10s, so it's actually really, really good. We've also got the 2015 Jaguar XKR SGT. I do believe this is an exclusive, so people who didn't unlock it when it was available in like Series 6 or something like that won't have access to this unless they pay quite a lot of money in the auction house. However, with the amount of horsepower it's got, it's actually quite grippy. Obviously it's better on the straights, but you know, reasonably grippy for the amount of power it's got. You've also got two McLarens, the 620R and the 765 LT. They're both quite close in like overall performance. However, the 620R is a bit better thanks to its grippier tyres. The 765 is on rally tyres. Both are rear wheel drive, both are 400,000 credits, except that's from the festival playlist and that's from the car pass, so if you didn't unlock them or you don't have car pass, you won't have access to them either. And that's that. So a reduced list that isn't. Okay then, moving on, we have the seasonal playground games, which this week is called Flag Rush. I don't know whether that means it is just Flag Rush, like 3 rounds of Flag Rush, because usually you have Flag Rush, Infected and King in seasonal playground games. Whether it's 3 games of Flag Rush, I'm not really sure, but I guess we'll find out. So that gets you 3 points towards the festival playlist, and also a number 34 VW Beetle rally car that you can see in the picture there. So this requires you to use a B-class Volkswagen, and it is team versus team, so there'll be a team of up to 6 versus another team of up to 6. Usually you start with a full lobby, a couple of people will quit, but that is the catch, because you do not need to quit. Even if your team's losing, you'll still get the reward for finishing the second team, so don't feel disheartened, you'll still get the Beetle. So B-class Volkswagen then, heading over to my garage. And into my favourites. I've got quite a lot of Volkswagen's tunes, mostly due to the golf battle that I did. However, I've selected a couple of them because I'm actually here for a purpose. I've selected a couple of the better ones. So we've got the VW Type 2 Deluxe camper van. So this one's got quite a lot of horsepower with off-road race tyres, which are actually really, really good in the corners. And when you're at the, I think it's at the aerodrome drag strip, this one, it's going to be really good on the grass. You've also got the 2003 Volkswagen Golf R32. This is a really good overall car. Lots of horsepower, lots of speed, really, really cheap, and it's just really good overall. And then 2014 Golf R. This is my grip build with the sport tyres. Well, reasonably grip build. I have got another build with 101 more horsepower, which is on drag tyres. If you want to have a bit of a horrible time, then feel free to use that one instead. But I shall be sticking to my R32 or my Type 2. Now then, for the seasonal PR stunts of this week. So once again, there's 3 PR stunts. Each will get you 2 points towards the festival playlist and a super wheel spin for each of them. So 6 points in total and 3 super wheel spins, which is actually quite good because these are very, very quick. However, I won't speak too soon because I usually fail all 3, well, at least one of them. I don't think I've ever completed all 3 of them on video, like without error. So we'll see how that goes. Last week's were actually a bit difficult, I found, so hopefully this week's won't be. So starting off then with the Festival Speed Zone. This requires an A-class retro supercar. Unfortunately all of my retro supercars were tuned in S1 class. obviously. And it requires 100 miles an hour, so basically you start at the hairpin, you'll come flying down, slam on the brakes, a bit of grip around the corner is helpful, and across the line. So my tune for this is quite grippy. I've built it purposely so it's got good brakes, and the turning is quite good, so that we don't lose too much time on the final corner. So I'm going to fast travel over there now, and then I'm going to show you my car and tune and give it a go. Okay then, so the car I'll be using for this one is the 1997 Lamborghini Diablo SV. Quick tip for this car: if you've got some spare skill points, head over to the Car Mastery and you'll be able to unlock yourself a 1999 Lamborghini Diablo GTR, which is the fastest S2 drag car, well, the fastest drag car in general really, and it's also very rare, so I'd highly recommend doing that one. So it's rear wheel drive, drag tyres, which seems a bit strange when you're going for grip, but apparently that increases the handling, don't really know how. It also increases the braking, don't really know how. We've got nearly 600 horsepower, however if you don't want to use this one, you've also got the Ferrari F40. This isn't as grippy, it's also running stock brakes, so it's a bit crap. And then you've also got, I'm sure there was one more, maybe there wasn't, maybe I'm dreaming, no there wasn't, okay. So let's go and give this a go. Not really sure how it's going to go. As you can see, the launch is very effective thanks to the drag tyres, the braking's also very effective in the turning, but you do tend to run out of grip halfway through the corner. So we'll have to see how this goes. Send it through. Right, 98.12, so yes, I've failed it technically. However, it's not an absolutely dramatic fail, because my line was a bit sketchy around that final corner, so I reckon with a bit of extra speed along here and a bit of a more accurate line, I will be able to get this one, which is why I've decided not to stop recording. So we slam on the brakes, we turn in, we cut, and there you go, 100.27, second try. So there you go, very very possible even with the car on drag tyres and a lovely pink livery. There's that one then. Okay then, so next we move on to the drift zone, which is called Farmland Trail. Don't get confused by the name like I did, it is on road, not off-road. Don't know why they called it that. So this one requires a B-Class Chevrolet, and it's just over here below the end of the motorway, and requires 170,000 points, which is 40,000 more than 3 stars, but it's nearly 100,000 less than my PB. Not to brag at all, but you know. So it's probably easier to start here and then come through this way. However, it's more than possible going both ways because I've done it before. Not in this car, but I mean I've done my PB in both ways, so I know it's possible. So I'm going to hop in my car, fast travel there, and then I'll show you a clip of me running it. Okay, so I've chosen to use the 1979 Chevrolet Camaro Z28. It was nearly at the bottom of D-Class stock, so I've managed to fit 659 horsepower into it. I couldn't get drag tyres because that increased the PI, however it's a very, very cheap build, and because it's running stock tyres that are as thin as possible, then it is actually quite slidey. You could also use the Chevrolet Monte Carlo. I've found that even though that's supposed to be a race build, it's better at drifting than it is at racing with 600 horsepower. And then you've also got the Chevrolet Super Sport 396 if you want to use that one. Again, it's not a drift car, but it'll probably be as good as the others. However, the Camaro is definitely the best, so tune is shared under my Gamertag. I'm just going to give this a run now. It's got the drift transmission, so the gears are very long, so we're going to be able to maximise the gearing along the straights, so I can run it in second through here, and then I'll pop it in third once we open up a bit. So we'll just keep on sending it through here. Keep on sending it. This is by far not the best run. I'm a bit iffy with drifting because I haven't done it in a while properly, like try hard. We'll see if we can push it through here. Drop it down to second. I think we'll still be able to get the requirement. It's just been a very dodgy run. Not really very clean, if you say. Yeah, so we've already got the requirement, so we're probably going to get about 200k. but as I say, not the best of runs at all. I just managed to recover because of how good the car is, really. So 209,000. So if you're not very good at drifting, my top tip is to abuse the e-brake or the handbrake, and just basically counter steer whichever way you're pointing. Just counter steer the other way and keep twitching, and you should be absolutely fine. This car's very easy to drift. I managed to drift it on the wheel and do a J-turn, so that just proves how easy it is to drive. Okay then, so the final PR stunt for this week is the Canyon Run Trailblazer, which requires an S1 class rally monster, and it requires you to have 24 seconds left on the clock. If you look in the nearly top left of your screen, you'll be able to see the finish line. So essentially you have to go through this tunnel, then you cut across this kind of canyon area and up here to the finish line. You have to do it pretty much perfectly, really, because as you can see my PB is only 28.5 seconds, and I did that in, what did I do that in? Audi RS6, which is S2 class, so you do have to have a pretty good run. However, it's not quite 3 stars, so they have let us off a bit. So I'll head over there now and I'll show you a run with my car and tune. So, as you can see, I am in the 1991 Hoonigan Gymkhana 10 Escort Cosworth Group A. Bit of a mouthful. So it's a really good car. I've liked it since Horizon 4. It's just a really cool car with a really cool engine sound. So it's got 838 horsepower, exactly 1000 Newton meters of torque. The tune is shared under my Gamertag Shylo 2017. Alternatively, if you've got it unlocked, then you could use the Porsche 911 GT3 RS Forza edition if you wanted to, but I do feel that this Hoonigan is a bit better than that one. But that is a resort if you need to use it. So we'll head through the gates here, stay to the left of that tree. This tends to be a bit drifty, but that's just because it's a Hoonigan. Then you can't really see in the tunnel, so you do need to have rewind on usually when you do this, because you literally cannot see anything. I'd hate to be trying to get a PB on this. Then you send it right through here, try to stay out of the water, try not to hit them massive rocks, and they're going to be a pain. Jump back on the road. Yeah, that was a bit of a funky line, I'm not gonna lie. Not really sure what that line was. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I'm just a bit of an interesting driver. Right, okay, so I'm just going to rewind a bit further because that is a bit of an interesting line, I'm not going to lie. Right, we'll land it properly, and then we get through here, that's a bit better. Then you get on the brakes because you don't want to overrun it. And then we storm to the finish line. It's actually longer up this hill than you think. However, there we go, 31.8 seconds. So that was actually quite a hefty new PB for me. I'm very happy with that actually. Hoonigan, you are a god. Okay then, so now we move on to this week's 2 seasonal championships. Both of these will get you 5 points towards the festival playlist, and both of these require you to be on at least highly skilled driver tar difficulty or above. So highly skilled if you want it to be as easy as it can in order to get the reward, anything above to make your life a bit more challenging and a bit more fun. So, the first one is called Street Tuners. It is street racing, hence the name, and it will get you a 67 Chevrolet Corvette, and you also, don't know why I said and you also, you need a B-class modern sports car. So you would have thought by the name of the picture it would be retro sports car, but it's actually modern sports cars. Okay then, so as usual, Forza picks a category in which I do not have any cars tuned. I've got them in A class but not B class as usual. Anyway, so I have tuned a 2010 Nissan 370Z. It's just unfortunate the Forza's not loading correctly today, because otherwise you'd be able to see it in all its beauty with my lovely blue livery and all the Nismo kit attached to it. So it's got 363 horsepower. It weighs quite a lot for a sports car, but that's probably because of all the equipment that it's got on it. It's rear wheel drive, so I've kept it purist. It's also on stock tyres, so don't send it too much. However, the grip is a bit better because it's a bit of a modern car. It's also got my custom plate on it, so if you want to download the design, I haven't shared it. Yeah, that makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah, totally. If you want to download the tune, I have shared that one, so that'll be shared as B-Class Street. That is the only car I've got to suggest for this one. Just make sure you're on highly skilled driver tars. Okay then, so the second and final championship for this week is a bit of a strange one. It's called Orange and Blue and it will get you a 2013 Aston Martin Vantage S. It requires B-Class Classic Muscle, but no, it isn't street or road racing, it's dirt racing. Yeah, it makes sense, right? Dirt racing with muscle cars that don't turn. Brilliant. Great idea, developers. Okay then, so first up you have a choice of these two Chevrolets here. The Chevrolet Camaro that I use for drifting, if you want to make your life hard, and also the Chevrolet Nova that I mentioned also earlier. Not going to say it's great because it's on drag tyres, but I have got a better alternative. If I scoot over here, I've also got the 1977 Holden Tirana A9X. I actually googled this and found out that despite it only having 240 horsepower stock, it's got a 5 litre V8. Nowadays, if you had a 5 litre V8, you'd be looking at around 400 to 600 horsepower. So very impressive Holden. And it's actually only 1,200 kilograms as well, and even with 101 more horsepower it's still pretty damn slow. However, it's got off-road race tyres, a rear wing, well I say wing, bench as Dobre described it once, so it is actually pretty grippy. You can send it through most corners, so that makes up for the lack of top speed. So that tune and the one for the Chevrolet Nova can be found under my gamertag at Shylo 2017. Okay, so we are reaching the end now and we've moved on to the challenges section. So firstly we have this week's treasure hunt. Hopefully it won't be bugged for people, however I have already watched Stevio's video and found out that for some people on PC, the same as last week, it isn't working, it's a bit bugged, but hopefully for me, being on Xbox, I'll be alright to show you where it is for those that it actually works for. So the treasure clue for this week for the drag strip demons treasure hunt is challenger has the last laugh at the drag strip, dodging the competition. However, that actually says competition. So what great spelling, developers, great spelling. So this will get you 3 points towards the festival playlist and 100 Forzathon points once you smash through the treasure chest. So firstly we need to crack the clue. So basically you need to hop in any Dodge Challenger, not Charger, not Viper, not Durango, not whatever. And you need to pop in any Dodge Challenger. So I've gone with the 2018 Dodge Challenger Hellcat SRT because I've already got a drag tune on it. So you might want to download a tune to make it easier, in which case for the 2018 Challenger SRT I have the tune shared under my gamertag. And then you need to go to any of the 3 drag strips, so the Aerodromo, the Toyota Hikiwan, and the main festival drag strip, and you need to win that. So you can reduce the difficulty down to tourist to make sure that you win, or you can make it a bit more challenging, leave the difficulty on and see what your challenger can do. But the key thing is winning that drag race. Once you come back out, it will say treasure challenge complete. You'll be able to view a little clue where this is in the festival playlist, as to where it is, and I will also show you exactly where the treasure chest is located. So I'm just going to go and do the drag race now, and then I'll go and show you where the chest is located. So if you don't want to see it, if you want to find it yourself, I'd recommend pausing and going and doing it now, or if you want to do it later, skip around 20 to 30 seconds in the video. Okay then, so you'll see once you've got your drag strip completed, this circle pop up here around the Toyota Hikiwan drag strip, so you might want to go and do your drag race there, if it means that you don't have to fast travel twice. If you go back to your festival playlist, you'll be able to view the treasure clue, and you can see it's kind of near one of the pyramids in a kind of hidden kind of corner. So once you're here, you're going to want to go over to where this fine gentleman is located. And you'll see, I'll just give it a second before I smash it. The game nearly crashed then. So you... Never mind, the game did actually crash. Yay! Well done, game. So, as you can see, because this game is so brilliant, it is absolutely flawless and it likes you to achieve everything possible within the game, it has reset my progress about 2 or 3 hours back from when I did the tunes. So basically whatever you've seen in this video it is now gone. I've still got the footage, so I still upload it, but it's all gone. So we'll carry on. I'll go and redo the drag strip, and I'll go and show you the chest a final time, and then we'll complete the other challenges that are left. and then on tomorrow's stream I'll complete the stuff that it has decided to reset. So it's not a big issue because I've still got the footage, so I can still show you me completing it, but it's just a pain because I've got to do everything again. So let me go and do that drag strip again, and then I'll show you what you need to know. So now that this fabulous game has let me do the thing again, I've just showed this guy where it is after it took me quite a while to find it. Actually, I was hunting on the wrong side, me being me. So just for a final time, I shall show you exactly where it is. So it's on this side of the drag strip, not this side, like my stupid self thought it to be. So make sure it is facing left of this massive building at the end. So you're welcome, by the way, Elio. I just showed him exactly where it is because he was struggling to find it as well. So that is the treasure hunt. So now I have myself 3 points, although I should have a lot more than that because the game reset. Okay then, so now we move on to the photo challenge, hashtag Swamp Beast, and this is to photograph any rally monster at the Gran Pantano. This will get you 2 points towards the festival playlist and a jump on it emote. So, firstly, to make it easy, I would highly recommend filtering your map to landmarks, and then you'll be able to see these massive letters that say Gran Pantano just above the Ekbalam Playground Games. And just west of the Horizon Apex Festival. So you're going to want to fast travel here, go within the forest and get yourself in any rally monster. Obviously we used S1 rally monsters for the Trailblazer, so you could just use the same one, or you could use a completely different one, and you just need to take a photo of that rally monster in there. So I'm going to fast travel there now and show you my picture. Okay then, so hopefully this works. I don't really see any reason why it wouldn't. There you go, 2 ticks. And we also got another thing towards the Horizon promo and the photo challenge completed. So then you can just back out of photo mode and it will pop up that it's completed in the festival playlist like so. Okay then, so now finally for the challenges section of this week's festival playlist, we have the Eliminator challenge, which is to finish 30th or better. So you need to enter a game of the Eliminator from the online tab in your festival, in your pause menu, or at the location near the top right of the map, and you need to stay in the game until there are 30 or less than 30 drivers left, including yourself. But at that point, do not quit because then you're risking it not completing. Just wait for somebody to pop up on the map, drive towards somebody, let them challenge it and let them beat you, and then it'll be completed. I would highly recommend not quitting because then that's kind of you saying, oh, finish, right, bog off, you know. So that's what I would do for that one. That will get you 2 points towards the festival playlist and a Farid Ruera Lion Classic Shade clothing reward, which, not gonna lie, don't really want, but she will. Okay then, so finally we have the 2 monthly Rivals events, starting off with the Forza EV Challenge, which is in the Lotus Via at the Horizon Mexico circuit. All you need to do for this one is to hop into the monthly Rivals by clicking on it here and posting a clean lap. If that means that you don't beat your rival and that you drive around at like 50 miles an hour, then that's absolutely fine because the challenge is not to beat a rival, the challenge is to post a clean lap. So basically avoid hitting walls, avoid using rewind and avoid missing checkpoints. If your time has an exclamation mark next to it, you need to go around again. If it's just a clean time, then that's it. And then for the monthly Rivals, you'll be in the Hot Wheels 2 Jet Z at the Chihuahua circuit. I'm not really sure why they picked such a tight tracks for such a twitchy car, but hey ho. Again, post a clean lap, same rules apply, and that will be it. So these, it says that they have 4 points on them, but after doing it last week, I realised that it's 4 points across the month, so you get 1 point per week, which means that by completing 2 of them, both of them, you get 2 points each week because it's 8 points in total, so that's that. If you complete it this week, it'll add them points onto last week's festival playlist, and it'll also mean that you start on 2 points for the other seasons. The only reason I'm starting on 5 here is because Horizon Tour, for some reason it auto completes, so it doesn't matter which week you complete these challenges in, it will add points on before or after, or both, for that one. Okay then guys, so thank you so much for watching today's video, and thank you for putting up whilst I went through absolute pain after that reset and various other things. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope you found it to be helpful. Hopefully the whole guide put together will be a bit less inconvenient than what happened to me anyway. So hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow. I am live streaming on YouTube. It is scheduled, so you'll be able to see it in your subscription feed if you're subscribed to me. And I'm live streaming at 7 PM GMT tomorrow night, Friday the 1st of July. So hopefully I'll see a few of you there. We'll be running some of these festival playlist events, we'll be running some challenges, free roaming, and general just messing about, creating tunes and stuff like that. It's been a while, so I'm hoping to have a bit of fun. It won't be as long as usual, however, because I do need to, I've got other commitments on Saturday morning, so I can't be up too late. However, we'll have a good 2.5 hours to mess about on Forza, so I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching once again. Please do subscribe if you want to see the live stream and other things relating to the channel, and I hope to see you then. Bye!